The Battle of Oriskany, the bloodiest battle of the Revolutionary War.
1 month before,
Herkimer sent a letter to General Philip Charlotte explaining how the colonists are defenseless against the Indians who don't know much about the land and how they can easily take the shots.
Nicholas Herkimer needed help and soon it showed.
August 2nd, 1777, the colonists were on a march to Fort Starks in Mohawk Valley in New York with almost 800 militiamen.
On August 6th, in 1777, the day the bloodiest battle started, British General Sir John Johnson planned to ambush the Americans 6 miles from the fort, in the dense undergrowth of a ravine where the trail crossed a small stream. He and his native allies designed the perfect ambush, with the loyalists blocking the trail and the natives poised along each side.
The Americans, led by Herkimer in the front, marched to the ravine where Johnson and the natives were positioned. Johnson wanted to have most of the colonists run into the loyalists head-on, and then the natives surrounded them. But some of the natives behind the militiamen fired early, and most of Herkimer's men fled, chased off by the natives.
Herkimer's leg was wounded, and his men sat him down near a tree. Even though he was wounded, he said, "I will face the enemy," and directed the battle from where he sat.
When the smoke cleared, Herkimer had nearly lost half his men, and the thunderstorm had halted the battle for nearly an hour, allowing Herkimer to gather his shattered militia. He ordered his troops to fight in rows, allowing one to fire while the other reloads.
After about an hour after Herkimer was ambushed, the messengers finally reached the fort, and the requested backup was finally organized. When the thunderstorm passed, Lieutenant Colonel Marnus Willett led 250 men out. The natives disengaged to return home to protect family members from a raid, and Johnson was forced to disengage as well.
Herkimer and his men withdrew from Fort Dayton, where Herkimer's shattered leg was amputated. He died of his wounds on August 16th. Americans lost about 385 killed and another 80 wounded and captured. British lost 7 and 21 wounded, while their native allies had 65 killed.
After all the fighting, neither side really achieved anything, other than the natives killing Herkimer and the British that were in Mohawk Valley and not achieved anything.
Herkimer and his men withdrew from Fort Dayton. What's it doing?
Oh my lord, I saw my head.
Okay. No, sideways. Close over.
You're gonna have to trim it a lot.